Hello guys, thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. If you're new and you're watching me for the first time today, thank you for your time. This is Sarah, your local gardener in America. Yeah, and I like to plant. Even though I'm in America, I try as much as possible to do my backyard garden, and I do the organic one. I don't use fertilizer, as I always tell you guys. And as you can see, I have a lot of stuff in my garden now, so I will show you one by one what I planted if this is your first time, and I'll go through with you all the things in my garden right now. If you subscribe, you will find out my old videos and you can learn a lot from those videos. And I'll still do more video to educate you how you can plant without fertilizer, because back home in Africa, that's what we do. And look at all these. I planted them with my local compost and cow manure. With compost, you're good to go. So right here is eggplants. I have eggplants all over here. These are all eggplant. You can see that some are ready, some are still small, others are ripe. I have harvested a lot of these eggplants already. I sell some, I use some in my house, and then I give some out to people who need it. I have a lot of eggplants all over here. And this is hibiscus plant. I planted this at the edge of my garden, close my eggplant. Look at how big the hibiscus plants are now. It's possible to plant everything here in America, but it will take you time. You have to learn a lot about the land. It's not like back home you just plant something and they start growing. You have to learn about the land and everything. That's what I'm trying to educate people about. This is the hibiscus plant, the sobolo, and they have flowers now. And very soon, you know, the winter will come in. That's my worry, because when I plant and it's time to harvest, I wish there won't be any winter time. But guess what? Next month, the winter will come in, and everything that you see here will die. But still, we have no regrets. We're still doing our best to do what we can do so that we can get food to save, and we can eat organic, healthy food. Over here is the big eggplant. We call it intropo. I have this in my garden. Apart from the small ones that the gardeners, I have the big one. And I have some cocoyam leaf. You see this one? I use it in my soup. I use it to make stews, and like they are healthy. So on this side, that's what I have here. And I have this broccoli that I planted during last year winter, and it's still here. This plant is the one that we call ayoyo. I have many of them in my garden, but this one just came out in the pot, and I just left it in here and it's growing. So this is ayoyo plant. I still have some eggplants on this side, and here are my pepper plants. Oh, I love to see the pepper plants. I have a lot of grains and most of them have wrapped. I've already harvested a lot of this pepper. They are really spicy. I have the ghost pepper and other kind. So that's the happy time when you waste time to plant and you're harvesting. That's the happy time. And I still have some of the watermelons. I harvest the big ones, and now because the winter is coming in, they are not that big, so the balls are really small and medium. You see this one right here, all these are ready to harvest. And I have my banana plants all over here. And these banana plants, they do magic because I use them to make my kenkey to sell. And I have some of the hibiscus right here too. Some cocoyam over here too. So all these are banana plants. Yes, somebody will ask, can banana plants grow out here in America? Yes, of course. During summer, we can plant anything, yeah. But when the winter coming, they will all die. And spring, they will come out again. Aside the pepper that you have to plant it again, like the banana trees, they come out themselves the next year. So I have a lot. All these are the small ones that I started planting. I have some tomatoes. This year I didn't have time for my tomato plants because tomatoes, actually you have to have time for them and give them stake, tie them. I was so busy with my hair braiding, so I couldn't come out here all the time to do that. So I didn't have tomatoes, a lot of tomato this year. Here is one of my pumpkins. I harvested one big one before. Look at this. This is really big. I can't even lift it with one hand. This is really big. And we use this back home for soup. Yeah, this is one kind of pumpkin that you use it back home. And it grew all over here on my fence. Actually, I cut all most of the leaves out because they were covering my pepper and my garden eggplant. So this is one that is almost ready. It's wrapped already and it's almost ready to harvest. And I still have some of them small ones that are coming up. Here are the okras. The okras are doing better. They're doing great. Yeah, I have harvested most of the okras. Yeah, anytime I feel like eating okra soup, I'll just come here and get some okras. I have okras all over here. And this is my apple tree. It's not ready to give me fruit, but I'm still waiting. Maybe next year I have fruit. All the trees are here, and next year I know I have a lot of fruits from them. These are my ginger plants. Oh, I love my ginger plants because they don't give me high time. As soon as I plant them, they will start growing. Normally I don't even water them that much, but they still grow. Yes, these are the ginger. And look at this. Look at this. Look at this. This is fresh ginger. It's already coming out. I have to cover this, and I have most of them coming out, getting ready, because by next month I have to harvest all my ginger and everything in this garden before the cold will come and mess all of them up. See this mushroom. This mushroom grew up in the white sand. This is white sand that I put here for my kids to pray, and the mushroom just grew up here. This is beautiful. And I have some of the ginger here. Look at this. Oh, I want to make my hands dirty, because that is how you have to do. If you want to do garden, then you cannot keep your hands clean. You have to make your hands dirty so that you will harvest good stuff. Look at the ginger. You see, they already have like bunch of ginger, and this is one ginger plant like this that I planted. Look at how many that I have over here. I have a lot, and when it's time to harvest, I will show you how they look like. They are very fresh, because when we plant ginger here, it doesn't take a year. We don't have enough time for them to grow as back home to dry up, so we harvest them fresh. And by next month I'll harvest these ones. I still have some of my tomatoes. The one that I transplant, I left one here and it's still growing out here. I have pawpaw tree. Actually, I wish this pawpaw tree can survive the winter and give me pawpaw fruits, but not all the time. They will come out tall, like they sometimes have flowers, but they will die during the winter. I have tried to save them, but no, they won't survive. And I say, okay, let me leave them. But every year they will come out and I'll just enjoy the leaves. I'll just put some of the leaves in my herbs when I'm doing my herbs to drink. These are the cocoa yams. Another cocoa yam right here. And they have, look at that big leaf. I enjoy in my garden. I eat every fresh thing that is here. Yeah, you can have a view of this garden. You see, isn't it beautiful to plant? If you are in Africa and you don't do backyard garden, please start doing that, because it's easy over there than here. Yeah, we try as much as possible to do here. That means it's possible back home. Yeah, I love planting and I want to teach people to plant. Yes, if you know how to plant, then do it, because that's when you get your fresh fruit or vegetable to eat. I encourage you to do that. This is one of my yellow squash. I did planted some in a pot, a lot of them. I harvest most of them, and I have this pot that I planted a new one and it's coming out. Look at that. And I have another one, big one, that I'm going to show you. This is the big squash. It's ready to harvest, but I want the seed, so I will leave this to be matured so that I can have the seed to plant next year. And I have my onions. Most of the onion plants has died. I harvest them, but I still have these ones that I use the leaves in my stew, so I save those ones here. I also have a couple of the sweet chard. They look like spinach. I have them here. I have some of the yo-yo plants over here too, and I have a couple of the kale. Yeah, this kale, they grow up all the time. They will die in the winter and come out. Most of them also survive in the winter and they will be here like all year round. These are my sweet potatoes. All these are sweet potato leaves. Yeah, I harvest most of them. I sold a lot of them. They are very healthy. If you plant sweet potatoes, don't just throw the leaves away. They are very healthy. You can eat it. Just use it as you're using spinach or cocoyam leaf. They are very healthy. So all these are sweet potatoes. I have some of my carrots plants in here, and it's fall now over here in Georgia, so I'll start spreading some of the carrot seed so that they can grow up next year, and I'll harvest them early spring because I have a lot of the carrot seed that I saved, and I also have some broccoli seed that I saved, and I have to plant them because for broccolis they grow in the winter, and then the garlic also grow in winter, so I'll plant all those stuff during the fall. When I harvest all this pepper and take the plants out because of the winter, then I'll start planting those things that grow in winter. This is my grape plant. As this time the grape plant doesn't have any leaf because it's fall. When it's fall, all the trees change color. You see the blueberries and all those trees that are bought, they change color into yellow, and they will be brown, and they will start falling out. So all the leaves on the my grape plants have fall out, and you can see the grape plant is like, oh my god, empty now. But during the spring, as I showed you, in the spring it will start having new leaves, and they will start giving me fruit. And the strawberries are still here. Yeah, but now all the fruits, see, I don't have any fruit on the strawberries. They will be here throughout the winter, and they will start growing, having fruit in the spring. I still have a bunch of strawberries out here. These are some of the squash, the other squash that grew up all the way to my glass. See, the leaves are dying too, because at this time you don't expect them to survive. Most of them are still small, like this one is growing, but I'm praying that it will get big before the winter. So they are here. I have a couple of them out here, and I have harvested a lot of those squash because I use them to cook too, make stew. Yeah, I enjoy all the things in my garden. Right now I don't have any of the cantaloupe in the garden. All the cantaloupe are gone, so next year I'll start doing the cantaloupe again, unless I forget. This is my leaf of life. It's still growing out here, and I have some tomatoes in the pot. This pot that I used to plant the squash, the yellow squash and others, I took them out because they were dying. They already gave me harvest. I don't need them anymore, so I took them out and planted some tomatoes, and they have flowers. I hope I'll have some fruit before the winter. I still have more of the leaf of life. All these that you see are the leaves that are put in the soil. You see, they all these small ones, they grew out from the leaves that I put in the soil. But I'm also thinking about how I will save them. Yeah, because I don't know how I'll save them inside. If they are inner plants, if they can survive inside the house, then I can take them inside. because in the greenhouse sometimes they will still die. So I have a lot. I have a lot of the leaf of life, because I put a lot of leaves in this pot and they give me bunch of leaf of life. So I'll try to see how I can like save most of these plants. Thank you guys for watching. That's all I have to show you in the garden for today. And please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, subscribe, because you will still learn more. Even in the winter, there are some things that we plant in the winter, and I will still show you some of them. So if you want to plant in America or anywhere outside Africa, and you are finding it difficult to do that garden, don't worry, I'm here for you. Just subscribe and follow me and learn a lot. We are all learning, so we learn together. Thank you so much. Keep watching my videos. I appreciate all that you're doing. Thank you. Bye bye.